ardent member of, was founded in 1948 as an association of students in commerce, business and social sciences. The association has grown tremendously over the years and now has members from every college within the University of Nairobi, as well as 11 other universities within Kenya. On average, an AISEC member is generally aged between 19 and 26 years. They are molded to be opinion leaders and shapers in their day-to-day life. These members also contribute to the 200+ international exchanges that the organization does annually. Globally, it is present in 111 countries, and all of them are expected in Kenya for its 63rd International Congress in late August. And to tell us more about this is Lizz Ntonjira, the Congress Committee President, and Daniel Baru, the Vice President, External Relations. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
First things first, how has AISEC grown? I know it's really big in universities. How has it been over the years, and what made it pick up that fast?
I think I would talk about the peak growth period for AISEC was from 2006, around the end of 2005 to 2006, because initially there used to be around 100 exchanges per year, but then since then we've managed to start bringing in numbers like over 200. But what brought that change was a program called the Empowering African Program that was started within Africa. It's based on 4 CSR pillars that affect the African society. First of all, that's the growth of tourism, which comes under a project called Afro-tourism. But in Kenya, we don't do it because KTB and Brand Kenya are doing an amazing job in regards to promotion of tourism. And then we have another one called YES, which is basically young entrepreneurship. So the YES program just promotes entrepreneurs to be born within the university students, and also working with youths in the communities, in different communities. And then the third pillar of what has brought the tremendous increase in number of exchanges is the ICT and education project, which is called Switch. So ideally, the Switch project, what it does is just bridge the gap between the people who are technically savvy and the ones who are not. Like in Kenya, we started running the project 2 years ago, and it's been a great contributor in regards to the number of exchanges. And then the fourth project that we run is called ASK, which is on HIV and AIDS. So the 4 main projects, like since 2006 till now 2011, looking back the past 5 years, AISEC in Kenya has grown, and also AISEC within Africa has grown greatly because of the 4 main projects. Apart from that is that we're breaking a lot of stereotypes in regards to different cultures, and we have more AISEC members willing to go out to do international internships in other countries. So I would say the 2 main angles that you can look into regards to how we impact in society, and also how we're increasing our performance as an entity.
Wow, your scope is really huge. Yes. How do you manage to do the day-to-day duties of the organization, as well as how has some of the power been delegated to the universities per se?
Yes.
In terms of the universities, we get a lot of support. The university supports us in terms of they house all our local committees. So even the national office is based at the University of Nairobi. Now, your question again?
How are you able to delegate these roles? Yeah.
In terms of delegation, we have teams within every local committee. The local committees are run by an executive board, which has presidents and vice presidents. We give ourselves the big titles because we're a youth leadership organization. So you need to be in that role, both physically and also in character, so that you can be able to be responsible for everything that you do. So we delegate those roles in teams, and also we have the national team which manages the local committees. So we are able to delegate the roles nationwide from University of Nairobi office.
All right. I know in terms of organizations and campuses, AISEC takes amongst the leads after maybe drama, because drama is also really big. But you know, AISEC, I remember when I was getting into campus and people would stereotype it as, oh, it's just for Barbies. It's, you know, it's really, is there like that stereotype still?
With years, the stereotype is being broken, but in some university, the stereotype is still there. But it's more about when you join AISEC and you realize that it's not a certain crew of people that are meant to be in the organization, and you discover what it it entails for you being there and what you'll get from it, that's what really counts. Pretty much I would say that it's a bad stereotype that doesn't exist really, because in reality AISEC has members from different, probably like economic levels.
But what prompted that notion that AISEC is...
I think the stereotype has been brought up by the fact that AISEC has a lot of regional and international conferences. So when other students see you going for those conferences, probably they think that it's your parents who are footing the bills. But in reality, that we have a very strong alumni network that supports the top leadership of AISEC in regards to attending those international conferences and even developing themselves in different things. And also something to note is that our board of advisors at times, they offer jobs to AISEC members who are in leadership for them to do holiday work that even enables them to pay for the conferences. So I think the stereotype is just about the money center, the fact that you're traveling around the world. So everyone thinks, oh, you travel because you're rich, but then they don't understand you travel because there is a very big support system around what you do that supports you to do that.
Okay, I know your key role is to mold people into becoming leaders, yeah? But I know sometimes people might join the organization for other motives. Maybe I want to go to the States or to UK for such kind of conferences. How are you able to identify who really means and who is really committed into the goal and the mission that you want to achieve?
Okay, I think everything starts from induction. The induction process is very strict. Every member, when they join AISEC, they have to go through a minimum 3 months induction period, whereby they are taught about the values of the organization, what we stand for, and how they're supposed to follow our code of conduct. After that 3 months probation, then they have to take a role for at least another 3 months. And in this role, they have to work within the local committee, that's within the universities. So as they're working, they're monitored by the executive board. And we're able now, when these conferences and opportunities come up, everyone must apply as a delegate, no matter where the conference or congress is being held. Once they apply as a delegate, the organizing committee on that end will send us a list of the Kenyans who've applied. So we give that list now to the executive board in the local committee and ask them who here has been working and is qualified to represent AISEC and also Kenya at such a global level. So in terms of how our members represent Kenya and AISEC abroad, we are very sure that we are able to filter out the bad seeds, so to speak, because of starting from the beginning and being very consistent in our recruitment and induction process.
You mentioned something to do with qualifications. What kind of qualifications do you look at?
Oh, for the member to be able to attend.
Yes.
Number one, you have to be in a team, because AISEC teaches you how to work, how to be a leader. Number one, either you're leading a team or you're working in a team. So those are the qualifications. We don't look at anything in terms of study. We don't mainly focus a lot on whether you have the money to go, as Carol mentioned, because the support system around AISEC will enable you to fundraise for the money to go to attend for that congress. So we are able to ensure that everyone has a fair opportunity, as long as they're putting in the work into AISEC, for them to develop as a leader, for them to develop the qualities they need, for them to represent Kenya at a global level.
And now to your 63rd International Congress. You must be really, really excited.
It's very exciting, and at the same time it's a very big challenge that stands for AISEC Kenya and also Kenya as a country in regards to youth development. Looking back to the Congress, in the 63 years that AISEC has been there, the Congress has happened only once in Africa, which was in 1999 in South Africa. So over a decade later, Kenya wins the bid to host the Congress. So it's great news, but comes with very great challenges, which we are working within ourselves, our board of advisors, and also the alumni network to mitigate. Yes, but it presents a very unique opportunity for Kenya. Okay,
what kind of preparations are you looking into, and what are the exact dates? What are the plans basically?
Okay, the Congress happens between 20th to 29th of August 2011. It will bring 600 people from 111 countries, and those are the AISEC members. That's the International Congress. Parallel to that, we'll also be having an AISEC Alumni International meeting, which happens from the 26th to the 29th of August. And it brings 300 business executives from the same countries that AISEC is present in, and it's basically for alumni who are AISEC members, and also business executives that support AISEC within different fronts. So that's pretty much the numbers for the Congress itself. The preparation that we are putting our work into greatly is fundraising, in that the delegates who are coming for the Congress pay a very subsidized fee to attend the Congress in Kenya, because you understand that AISEC members are not working. So why even you have our Congress committee being told to organize the Congress 15 months before the Congress is clearly to ensure that they fundraise for the Congress and subsidize the fees for the delegates who are coming. Apart from that, there's a lot of event management, because we don't outsource event management for a company. But like right now, I'm working with a team of 8 people, and of which the 8 people, 6 of them are Kenyans, and then one person is from Iceland. She's been in Kenya for the past 6 months, and the other person is from Botswana, and he's been in Kenya for 6 months also. So like, it's a very we'll be working with a very dynamic team, and at the same time a very slim team, in that everything is done in-house, not outsourcing. Because now in the next probably 2 months, we're going to add 10 more other people to the team, and then in the end we'll have a total of 50 people in the team towards the last leg of the Congress, that is sometimes in July. So the challenge is that, okay, first of all, you've not done event management outside. So as an AISEC member, it's a training ground for you. You get to, yes, we have the board of advisors, we have the alumni, they will advise us. But then till the last day of executing that Congress, it's going to be that AISEC member who does it. And because it's always up to you for you to do the task, but also you have to look at can you get support from other people, and can you get advice? So probably you can bring in an event organizer to advise us, but then not to execute for us the task. Daniel probably would expound in regards to the fundraising, which is quite a challenge, and looking at the fact that we're working, the team that's working with me, we're a team of 8 people who are no more than 27 years old, and we have this big dream to host a Congress that's more than 50 million Kenyan shillings. So it's quite a challenge, but we're working towards that. Wow, brilliant. About the fundraising, how are you going about that, Daniel?
In terms of fundraising, we're using our alumni network, which spans 40 years. And also we have good corporate relations with some companies who we've worked with over the years. So our first step was to list them down and start communicating that we have this vision, we want to host this Congress. So we'd go and meet various company representatives and various alumni, and we'd get them to buy into the Congress. So far we have about 15 partners who've signed up, and we had a breakfast actually this morning at Pan-Afric, and we were able to show these current partners the work that we have done so far. And also we had invited other potential partners to attend the breakfast, so that they can be able to see the opportunities that they can derive benefits from the Congress. So that's how far we are in terms of fundraising, and we're still working very hard because we still have a bit of a deficit to meet, but with the 4 months remaining for fundraising, we are in quite good time.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much, Carol. It's a brilliant thing that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Well, there you had it from Carol, the president, and Daniel, the vice president of external affairs. Everything about AISEC. They're holding the 63rd International Congress here in Nairobi from the 20th of August to the 29th of August. This is undeniably a great achievement for Kenya. We won the bid. It's the first time it's been held in Kenya and the second time in Africa. Well, coming up next is business news. National Bank of Kenya has announced its 2010 results today, and the bank has seen a jump in pre-tax profits of 25% to 2